cycled this cap previously belonging to a corporate organization, placed my own logo on it. So my brief was to try and illuminate the discussion through the use of graphics. I'm not an expert, I'm a professional ignoramus, and my job is to try and garner some meaning from this very high level conversation that we've been having. So the first thing that occurred to me when I arrived yesterday was that it was a very posh event held at the women's jail in Constitution Hill, and next to the atrium where we were all standing there was an open door, and down through the passageway you could see these doors, and each big metal or wooden door had a lot of bolts across the top. It had a sliding panel with a little grill that the jailer would look through. It had the big bolt on the door, and it's a very sobering environment in order in which to have this kind of discussion. But also it's quite challenging to be gnawing on a huge lamb shank when one's thinking about the lives, the time that was spent by all these women in that space. So I think that was actually quite an inspired choice in a way for the venue, which I wanted to mark by that. So we were here to discuss chapter 5 mainly of the NDP. So I could immediately see in people's minds, not particularly us, but the general public saying, the NDP, what's that again? Non-functional disorganized procedures? Never discussed with the people? No dissemination of principles? Never-ending dreary platitudes? Let me guess, non-delivery on promises. No discussion of priorities. Or maybe we just never discovered the purpose. Or in the end, maybe it was all just about naughty, disingenuous politicians who didn't allow us to carry on with that process. No, but of course it's none of those things. It's the National Development Plan. Oh yes, of course. And the kind of thing it could stand for is new directions in progress. Novel development platforms. Newly designated priorities. And of course, as we see as we look about in this room, nice, decent people. Over to you, Jay.
No, you're already.
That's close to number 1.
Okay. I like the characterization. You know, I was telling Bobby this morning that there's 2 questions that occupy my mind. And one is, what is the meaning of being human? And the second is, what is the purpose of my life now? And to explore that, how do I leave prison? You know, Steve Biko, I remember when I was a very young person, spoke about that the mind of the oppressed was the main weapon in the hands of the oppressor. The question is, who's the oppressor? We had a reflection here on us and them. Where are we? Where do we stand? There's a lot of ambiguity. Are we part of the problem or are we part of the solution? And I don't know the answer to that question. I've been compromised often because I straddled that. And so what I understood is, you know, for many of us who believed in freedom and spent our lives fighting for social justice, our intention is that we would change the system. And with the new system, which we successfully did, and I don't think anyone must take away the value of that political miracle in 1994. I think younger people, and I was in conversations with many of these young people, have a very ahistorical view, not understanding context. So what is the context within which certain decisions are made? So a very simple statement, Mandela betrayed us, or we betrayed you, you know, in my conversations with Fees Must Fall students. And we haven't understood the issue of how close to a full-scale civil war we are. And what it takes for people to come back from a state, from a failed state. And you know, the normal, and I've been part of international research and studies on this, normally it takes you 25 to 30 years to just recover to where you were. So as Sun Tzu said in 600 BC, it's easy to invade, difficult to occupy. At the end of every war, we have to sit down and talk peace. This is the classic negotiations between us and employers in the 1980s. Our intention was to fight for rights of workers. But what sense would it make to burn down the factory? So it's clear to me that changing the system is insufficient. And that's why 24 years later we sit and we reflect on what we are. And the outstanding backlog of issues, the betrayed dreams, the deferred dreams, in spite of the political miracle. How much more could we have achieved if we did the right thing? And the question is, what is the right thing? So I like that reflection. And I think the question that I'm asking is, what is the system? Is there just one system? The system that we've grown up in, the westernized system where economic growth is premised on a free market system? What happened to other systems that existed before that? Before 500 years of slavery and colonization and economic exploitation, what about those systems? And the last 2 years, actually, I've spent a lot of time in listening to indigenous people, the Bushmen, the knowledge holders of the Bushmen, the knowledge holders of people from the Amazon, indigenous knowledge and wisdom. And I've been learning more from them than I could learn from any of the greatest intellectuals we have in our current knowledge system. And it came out of a debate that the students led on decolonization. But what did decolonization mean? It means that if you go to the bottom of all of us, there is one root, one belief system. So if I look at indigenous people, they knew about environment long before our great environmental justice movement. They saw themselves as part of nature rather than part from nature. They saw God in everything. When they saw a forest, they didn't see timber to be slaughtered in order to be made into furniture and make profit. They saw the spirit of the forest, the spirit of the mountain, the spirit of the oceans. They understood the balance, the sacred balance between all living creatures and the environment, that the earth had its own consciousness. And so how did we end up here? How did we lose those values, those human values? All of them, many of us. How did we grope and hold on to archaic ideas that may have been relevant in different contexts but are not relevant to you? And so I like the first part of what you're saying. It captures our dilemma as humanity today. And we are in a dilemma. And the real issue is not about the future of the planet. The planet will survive our stupidity. Take it 1 million years or 10 million years. But it's been around 4.5 billion years. I don't have a worry about the planet. I have a worry about whether we as a human species have a right to be on this planet today.